Not in our name, Sri Lanka was set up around the violence in Dambulla from around a fortnight ago. But it also flags the growing religious intolerance in this country. We have seen, for example, late last year, I think it was about November, where a disturbingly similar incident where there was a mob led by, again, Buddhist monks who went and destroyed a Muslim place of worship that was, again, apparently in a sacred area. So this is a problem. I think during the years of war, this was somewhat subsumed because of the overt conflict in the north and the east between the LTTE and the state. And now that the war is over, these underlying conflicts, social, communal, religious, ethno-political, are coming to the fore. And unless we address this now, there is a very real possibility of more geographically dispersed violent conflict erupting because of a localized incident. Not in My Name Sri Lanka is a platform for a lot of people to say that the violence that occurred in Dambulla, any retaliatory violence, and indeed any kind of religious extremism in this country is not in our name, despite what the people who go about this wanton violence might like to believe and say they are acting on behalf of. Take a look at the 700 odd comments that are incredible, genuinely incredible in their diversity in such a short space of time as well. There are part Burger, part Sinhalese, there are Tamil burgers, there are Tamil Christians, there are atheists even who have signed up to the initiative. But I think if you look at the 700 odd comments in Not in My Name that have been published to date, there is great disappointment and concern over the government's response to the violence in Dambulla in particular. A lot of people point and flag the point that the press release issued by the Government Information Department, first only in Sinhala and subsequently in English, refers to the violence as a minor misunderstanding. And this is a gross understatement of what actually occurred that Friday. And a lot of people point to the government's inability to actually acknowledge, leave aside, condemn the violence led by extremist Sinhala Buddhist elements as particularly revealing of its unwillingness or inability to address this larger growing trend of religious intolerance in this country. And that is also, I think, partly because of what I've written to be the nature of the government itself, and the government's inability and, as I said, possibly unwillingness to also condemn the violence suggests that it isn't doing as much as it could and should to address this growing trend of religious intolerance and indeed extremist, violent Sinhala Buddhist nationalism in this country post-war.